And then finally, the Los Angeles Lakers have found their man. We all knew this a month ago that JJ Redick was going to end up being the head coach for the Lakers. We had to go through all these hoops and all these games just because he was working at ESPN, and I guess they don't they didn't want a distraction for the finals. Like, I don't think that people watching the finals cared one way or the other if JJ Redick was going to coach the Lakers or not. But then again, I'm just speaking for myself. What do you think? Do you care? If it was announced during the NBA finals that JJ Redick was going to be the coach of the Lakers, let me know. But, as I was trying to think of this, there are always teams that try to rely on legacy, the past, and parallels to try to create successes that they had in the past. So looking at the Lakers, for example, using that this is the team that we're talking about, they hired Pat Riley, fresh off a championship, right? The Lakers had Paul Westhead. He couldn't get along with Magic Johnson. They had a falling out. And then Pat Riley was the assistant coach who made his way to the assistant coach job by being a color commentator for the Lakers. So he had a different vantage point watching the players, watching different teams, seeing matchups in live action. And, as a commentator, he was breaking it down. So even though he wasn't coaching, he didn't have coaching experience. He was looking for certain things. He knew how to explain certain things. This is what we're seeing with JJ Redick, except for JJ Redick was on a national scale, not necessarily just for an individual team. Now, the one thing I will say about JJ Redick is he's obviously a student of the game. If you've ever watched his podcast with LeBron James, you can see that he's all about the X's and O's. He can explain it. He can break it down to layman's terms to where the novices can understand what's happening play to play or why a certain play works versus a play that didn't work. That's valuable to have in your locker room. Problem is, you got the albatross that's hovering over everything. LeBron James. This job was nothing more than the Lakers giving him a Hawk Tuah job. Spit on that thing, right? So as this is happening, LeBron don't care about X's and O's. LeBron is the NBA version of Peyton Manning. They're so great at what they do that they just do their thing for better or worse. You know what I mean? Now, the good news is LeBron's only going to be around another 2 or 3 years, hopefully 2. JJ signed a 4-year deal. But the question is, depending on how these first 2 years go, is JJ going to be there in the aftermath? Because we've seen the Lakers, I don't have to get into it, but the Lakers don't keep their coaches for very long ever since Phil Jackson left. Right? So if they don't make a Western Conference Finals or a Finals, then what? You got reports that they're interested in DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, whoever. Now, JJ Redick, I think, has the type of personality. He's been known as a douchebag, Maryland Terp here, to me for years. So I don't think that he won't push back on LeBron, that he won't get in LeBron's face if necessary. So I don't think that's an issue. It's just more so, I don't think it matters who the head coach is as long as Pelinka is there constructing the roster. I mean, this is a team that won the title in 2020, and he let KCP go. He let Dwight Howard go, so on and so forth. And he keeps bringing in dudes that can't shoot when the whole template of LeBron's career has been get me dudes that can shoot so that he can penetrate and kick it out. So until they fix the roster, it doesn't matter who their coach is going to be. So if I was JJ Redick, maybe I'm looking at Detroit and Cleveland instead, if those were possibilities. From the standpoint of I get to make my mark on the team, because any success that we have, anything that happens positively, it's all LeBron. If it's negative, they come in for you. Because remember, Darvin Ham is a championship coach, came from Milwaukee. And we knew, he had never been a head coach before. People were talking about his rotations. Guess what? Those are issues that you have with first year and second year coaches. So, like, is JJ Redick, do we know anything about JJ Redick that says that he's that much better than Darvin Ham at this point? Now, this is where you have to have vision, right? Because who knew that Pat Riley was going to be what he turned into be? So maybe the Lakers have actually struck the lotto and we just don't know it yet. I think JJ Redick's going to be a successful coach, but I've been wrong before.